We've seen the action from the winter and spring 2024 sports seasons in Siouxland, and the action continued in summer as Siouxland brought the heat in multiple sports. We'll start at the high school level for softball. 3 Iowa teams made the IGH SAU state tournament. Remsen St. Mary's represented in 1A, West Monona in 2A, and Esterville Lincoln Central in 3A. And in baseball, we had 4 Siouxland teams make the IHSAA tournament. Remsen St. Mary's and Akron Westfield in 1A, Unity Christian in 2A, and Bishop Heelan in 3A. Over in Nebraska, the Wakefield Legion baseball team made it to the state championship game where they would fall to Malcolm. That game would also mark the end of Paul Eaton's 57-year coaching career.
You're lucky as a coach to be in this situation where you get to know young, and it keeps you young. You get to know all these kids and see their enthusiasm, and I've just been blessed with great kids.
In South Dakota, the Elk Point Jefferson Legion team claimed the Class B state championship after defeating Parkston 5-2.
It was awesome. We all love each other. I mean, we're just a bunch of goofballs. So we just run around, have fun, and it works. It works, we just have a lot of fun. So.
The Sioux City Explorers were also back in action at Lewis and Clark Park. One of the biggest storylines of the year in the American Association was the X's signing of Iowa State House Rep J.D. Schulten, who immediately left a positive mark for Sioux City on the mound.
Had a beer before Saturday in the park. I was volunteering, delivering ice, and then I checked my phone just to see what time it was, and I saw I had 10 missed calls. And Mongo texting me saying, "Call me back ASAP." That was about 3:15. I had to find somebody to take over my shift because I didn't want to leave the Saturday in the park folks hanging, and ended up on the bump at 6:05 that night here in Lewis Clark Park.
The Sioux City Bandits also made some noise in their first year in the NAL. While it was a new league, it would be old rivals squaring off for the championship as the Bandits battled the Omaha Beef, with the Beef taking a close win.
Going to double overtime, what can you ask? You know, they laid it on the line, just didn't fall in our favor. Super proud of these guys for fighting all season. Super proud of them tonight. It was an awesome ball game.
Summer also marked the inaugural seasons for the Sioux City Soul and the Siouxland United Outlaws as women's and men's premier soccer clubs. And the Summer Olympics took place from July 24th to August 11th, and Ben Jeffries, a former Briarcliff track athlete and current assistant coach, qualified for the Paris Games. And in the Paralympics, Yankton, South Dakota native Miles Krosky won the silver medal in badminton doubles.
I really want to go back and bring home a medal, hopefully a gold medal. That's what I'm shooting for. Goal is LA 28, Brisbane 32, and then if my body keeps up, hopefully wherever the 2036 games are.
That's just a short glimpse of the action Siouxland Summer Sports provided. To relive your favorite moments, head over to KTIV.com. Irvin Doman, KTIV SportsFource.